Well, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise, in case you're new to my channel or forgot my name. Anyway, as you can see, this is our reading for looking into Trump and what's going on with him for the week of December 4th through the 10th, 2022. So, meanwhile, sending you lots of holiday hugs and love. And hold on, let me swap out cameras and we'll get this going. One moment. Okay, so I decided to use the Visions of Life Tarot by Taroko Studio. I think that's how you say the Taroko. Might be Tarot, I don't know. Anyway, let's see, what is his week? He's got to be feeling pretty bad, I'm thinking, but we'll see. You know, a lot's happened. He lost his special master. Although we all like Judge Deary, but hopefully he didn't go to too much work. He's lost his 6 years of tax returns that go to the House Ways and Means Committee, and you know, probably many other departments there. So here we have the forces in motion. So Four of Wands. If I were using the regular tarot, this would be the you know, the card with the four the wands that stand up in the tent on top, which is my Mar-a-Lago card. So but the forces in motion this week, I think he's trying to stabilize. But I didn't allow for reversals. So if this were to come through in the reversed position or as a reversal, this would be major problems at home. This would be people canceling things with him. This would be a lot of arguments. And it's like, you know, maybe he's not welcome in certain places anymore. I mean, that makes sense. You know, after he has Kanye West and Nick Fuentes at his dinner party, and he can say he doesn't know who that Nick is. Well, he definitely knows who Kanye is, and Kanye's so bad, he was just kicked off at Twitter. I mean, man, what does that take for Elon Musk to kick you off of Twitter? It's like, what? Okay. What's his greatest challenge this week? Oh, a lot of them. Okay, I'm just going to take these ones that flipped over. Are there two of them here? To not lie his ass off like he always does. And to not be so he has two major challenges. This would be any normal week for him, though, wouldn't it? To not lie. Major challenge to keep grifting, I'm thinking, with this one. So now I really do believe that this would be seen as the Four of Wands reversed. And then, of course, with, you know, when you have the devil in a challenge position, sometimes it's that you're being released from that control, but that's not the case with him. His challenge is he just can't. Here, I'll show you the cards. He can't ever, right? Can he ever be let go of like that? I don't think so, because it's all he cares about is the money, and look at the guy, he like pinching the shoulders, like a little bit of a distraction. Hey, look over here. God. It's like, you know, when your kids act like there's something over there and then they grab what's on your plate. Yeah, I remember those days. Oh, God, jeez. Man. And it's all about money. Okay. So let me take the two off the bottom before I forget. Set them aside. And let's get the rest of the week. Okay, so how's he feeling? How's he really feeling? 1 and 2. What might he be, or actually, I don't care about what he's planning. What's he actually going to be doing this next week? What places will he be inhabiting, or what's he actually doing? Okay, and as always, 2 cards for the karma hanging over him here and here. And then let's do 4 cards for his future. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think they'll stay up there on my keyboard. No, I don't know. Okay, here's the karma. Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay, here is what he's going to be doing. Yeah. And then this way as to how he's feeling. Oh, yeah, he thinks he's the wise one that's got it all. On another level, so what I'm going to do is just let you know what the reverse meanings are, because I didn't allow for reversal so that you could see the images. But I'm thinking that for the most part, a lot of these would have come through reversed. So how he's feeling, well, when the King of Cups comes through in a reverse position, then we're feeling very like, oh God, what do I do? I have to manipulate the situation, right? It's like that kind of thing, and it's he's a cheater. I mean, and this is in a reversed King of Cups reversed is definitely the cheater. He's somebody who is very. This would literally be. Somebody who has no tolerance for other people, other races, other than anything that gives me what I want, type of a, emotional condition inside. It's also our card of abusers when it's reversed, and emotional abusers especially. Like the kind that just put people down all the time. Tons and tons of gaslighting is what I'm getting with this one. So, and then with the Knight of Swords, with this one, if it were to come through reverse, it would just mean that everything's going nowhere. Everything that he's doing is going nowhere. But straight up, you can see it's, he's pointing all kinds of fingers. And who knows about the fingers everybody's given him, right? But he's probably one of the most critical, mean, intolerant, abusive people I've ever witnessed. And to have him on the public stage, I mean, we are all just so sick of him, right? We really are. If I move these over a little bit, you can get these. Yeah, that's probably a little better. Okay, and then, so he's feeling critical. Probably of him, well, because everything we put out, we actually feel that way about ourselves. I mean, everything that we put out that's just like super negative, we oftentimes can have that same dynamic going on inside of ourselves. So if we're constantly hating, we have to look at our self-hatred, right? And, he tends to do a lot of that. So, yeah, I think this finger could just be like really poking himself literally in his 3rd chakra with his own finger. Yeah. And then what he's actually doing, well, where's my chopstick? Here we go. We have, no, I'll hold it up for you. We have the 2 of Swords, which is normally my stalemate card, where, you're at a crossroads and you don't know which way to go. But check out everything that's... He's got a battle going on in his head about what to do. No, not about what he wants, because that's over here. He wants to blame, and he wants to hurt somebody. And here's what he's going to be doing. I don't think he's going to be very effective this week. I just don't. Well, he's not effective any week, except for bringing himself down. But I think he might be worried. And then this Ten of Cups card here, I think we had the Ten of Cups last week when I used the other deck. I think it was over here somewhere. And it kind of threw me for a loop. But when the Ten of Cups comes through reversed, and it might have been one of those situations where, even allowing for reversals, I screwed up. Because, I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to be wrong. And with the Ten of Cups, when it comes through reversed, it's my family. It's like it's the card of having a very dysfunctional family life. So I think that he's having trouble, and I have seen that for months and months and months. I think he's having trouble, we could probably say for years, with Melania. Yeah. So then, with the karma that's hanging above him, in this deck it's isolation, but it's our Four of Swords. And I don't know that he's going to be feeling even very, very well. I think he's going to be, immobilized quite a bit. You can see in this deck, it's like his feet are like a pool of, it's like in the darkness in a pool of sludge of some type. Wow. Now, this isn't the yellow brick that Theodore was always seeing with the handcuffs, but maybe, maybe. Oh, yeah. So, but as far as karma goes, we could read this as being isolated at some point. I mean, based on that really dumbfounding reading that I did with, Jack Smith. Jack Smith's effect on him was like, whoa, I didn't expect to get those cards, especially at the very end. I thought it was done, and then I threw some more cards, and it was like, oh my goodness. So if you didn't see that one, you might want to. And don't stop before the very end, or if you want, you can always fast forward. But anyway, but make sure you watch the end. This is our Fool card. Now, if this had come through reversed, and if this had come through reversed, it would be like falling on your own swords, You're still isolated no matter what. It's not any better with this one when it's reversed with the Four of Swords. But with the Fool card, of course, when it's reversed, this is just being very negligent and being really reckless and just, really foolish. Not in a good way. If it's straight up, it looks like, somebody's kicking him out, somebody's throwing him out. There's home sweet home up there. It's like mom's throwing him out of the nest. You're just like, we're done. So, either way, the karma hanging over him looks pretty bad. Because he's got a new start somewhere. And this card's ruled by Uranus. So, and he has Uranus conjunct his sun and his north node in his natal chart. So, yeah. Man. So, I get the feeling with these two cards, though, he is isolated. I think the karma is the karma that is hanging over him is that he will need to be isolated in order to not create more damage, is what I'm hearing there with these two. Okay, so, and then his future, we have the Ten of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. And the clock is ticking there, isn't it? Wouldn't that be so weird if someday when all this comes down and it turns out it was like right around 3 o'clock, whatever day? Yeah. Wow. This card's ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is going to move into Aries pretty soon. So that should shift some things quickly. But anyway, back to these. So with his future, he's feeling insecure. He's feeling overwhelmed. If I were to read this in the reverse position, this is somebody who just is, just so stressed out and feeling like a failure. Sometimes with some people, though, I mean, in a personal reading, sometimes it's like when it comes to reverse, there's some stress relief. But it still shows, and if I have to go with the deck I'm using, right? Otherwise, why am I using it? This, to me, brings in that message, upright or reverse, that he's paying way too... Here, let me hold it up for you. See the guy sitting there holding his hat, and look how his feet are tied together, kind of, like crossed over. It's like, whoa, inside, and this is like social media. So I think he's really stressed out about everything that everyone's saying about him. He really hates to lose. He has said that before. Right? And then with the Queen of Pentacles, well, I don't know, is something going to come through about like some kid that he had years ago and no one knew about it and now we know? Is that what's going to happen? When it comes to a reverse meaning for the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who's really self-centered, and it's also someone who's worrying about their financial issues, and also somebody who doesn't take care of their bodies or their finances or anything very well, and sometimes people who are really, dependent on others. And so I feel like that's what it is. I feel like this would be, normal, or should have been in the reverse position. And this is like his internal state is going to be even worse later on. Wow. And then the Ace of Pentacles, see, it's that same thing, just constantly looking out for his money. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, I don't know why in the world they would call this financial stability. I mean, that's what you're looking for with the Ace of Pentacles, but I beg to differ, because the Ace of Pentacles, it's an opportunity. It's not a guarantee. There's no guarantee. You got to do all the work to get to the 10, This is just like starting at 1. So let's just look at that image, though. Can he keep his mouth shut? Can he stop listening? I doubt he can. I think he's probably sleeping with one eye open. He's always looking out for the money up there, right? Look at that fish hook with a $100 bill, right? So I think in the future, he's thinking of financial stability, but then I'm looking at this red chair too, and I'm thinking about Putin, right? And then this, I'm not going to read it like the Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to read it as like, this is his destiny. Whatever he goes through, he's earned it. About the only thing that I can say for the guy that he has down that is in alignment with spiritual law is that he believes in abundance, and he knows how to bring money in and let it flow through and get, but it's all dark the way he's doing it. That's not in alignment with spiritual law. But, having an abundant mindset. Okay, here's what was at the bottom. 4 of Cups. In this deck, it's boredom. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I think that we can forget that it's the 4 of Cups and that it says boredom down here. And I think we can just go with the fact that he's counting the days and it's like, oh no. I think he's really worried about what's coming down. I think Jack Smith has, done him in. And I also think that with the 6 of Wands here, we can let go of the word triumph, and we can just look at the fact that, because see, there's that thumb, and he's always like, like he's that guy, he ruined the thumbs up for me. Now every time I see thumbs up, I think of something else, and I don't like it. I think of him. But this looks like a thumbs down, trying to push it to a thumbs up and like looking forward, looking ahead. But when I bring these two together, I think he's so worried because the Six of Wands is really about being seen. Well, what's he seen for? And I think he's really worried about that, you know, his image. Okay. All right. So let me use I'm going to use a Kipper just to see if there's going to be any legal ramifications this week. If we'll see anything happen this week. So I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. Yeah, let me get the card shuffled real quick. What will his week look like? Legally. Well, and in whatever ways. I should not dictate the cards to tell me exactly what I want to know. But the more the more you fine tune a question, the better results you get. So, okay. Just let go of my head, let go of my bias. Only with the truth. What can we expect to see this week? For Donald Trump. Donald John Trump. Okay, save those over here for the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right, deception. As he's examined, and this is the card I usually get for him every week, where he's tortured with worry and stress. He is expecting something to come down, and it's going to involve people he's been in bed with for all time, who knows what, you know what I mean? The gift card sometimes is a visitor. Journey is sometimes the soul journey that a person's on, but it could also be the experience he's going to have. So it could just be visitors coming in. Maybe people he's concerned about, so he wants to talk to them maybe. This could be a supportive woman, but it also could just be, like this could be the public's heiress. It could be anyone. It could even be Melania's mother, you know, for all we know. It could be, it doesn't have to be a person. If it's not a person, oh, wait. Uh-oh. I take that all back. He's really worried about Liz Cheney and her power. Now again, this is Liz Cheney, because this is my J6 committee card. Toil and labor, child, thief, courtship, which is teamwork. Oh, and here's our answer card here. Rules and regulations. Wow. Oh, let me turn off that ceiling fan. Maybe that helps. Wow, you guys. So I feel drawn to focusing right in here in the center. So I'm going to read it like a mini grand tableau. But first, I feel drawn to this card. He's obsessing. He's thinking very pessimistically, which he should. He's really worried. Can't think of anything else. He's just mulling it over. He might be worried about if they make a criminal referral to the DOJ, but the DOJ already has what they have, and they don't need the J6 committee to give a criminal referral. It just makes no difference at all. Unless I'm wrong and I'm missing something, you guys let me know. Set me straight if I'm ever messed up. So, but reading the four corners here, like you do with the grand tableau, you start over here left side and you go this way. And you can sometimes read the cards that bracket, you know, you can read like these three, like that. If you're really drawn, or especially like if the person that you're reading on, if their card comes through, you go straight for that. But, and I think this is him. But anywho, it's a week of him attending to details, whether he likes it or not, and new details that are coming through. And, you know, Andrew Weissman is, there's a big problem going on there, right? And this doesn't come down on Trump because, but it does later. I mean, everything that, so there's the Andrew Weissman trial, or not trial, but, you know, testimony. And I guess maybe it has been a trial. I can't keep up with everything. But anyway, all the information that guy has given has shown Trump's business practices over the years, you know, for his entire, just the way he runs his business since the beginning. And his dad taught him that very well. So, but anyway, it's not just that. What's really coming down on him is, now maybe I can read this in a couple different layers. Like maybe this is also Fani Willis, and maybe this is also Letitia James. And that one, those, you know, on Trump.org and Trump.org 2, those investigations those are on him separately. So, I think one was a tax audit and the other one, yeah, that's what it is. Letitia James will be coming after him for bank fraud, tax fraud, insurance fraud, all of that. But what's his name? Andrew Weaselberg. That's what I call him. Or no, I'm sorry, Alan Weaselberg. His is different. It's a different, totally different lawsuit, but it's still the same thing. And his is going down first. Letitia James will be right behind him. Then again, Letitia James already charged him with $250 million. And then slapped a lawsuit on Trump.org too. But anyway, you guys have heard me say that a bunch of times, so let's just stick with this week. So, attending to new details, and it might be that visitors bring him more details to Mar-a-Lago, but nothing is to be trusted. Nothing is to be trusted, and they're investigating. This card is about investigations, things that you have to be accountable to. And in his week, I mean, if we just look at like maybe days, you know, going like, you know, Monday to midweek and then through to the weekend, it looks like the mid part is way worse. But anyhow, details about deceptive practices is what I'm getting here, and who he's been in bed with to have that successful, you know, partnerships. Doesn't have to be lovers. This can be partnerships, and the rules and regulations of which those partnerships are. Well, anything in the United States is bound, and I really do feel like this is more than, I feel it's Liz Cheney. I feel that it's any woman who's been working hard to bring him down and has kept, I think she's held back some of the details that could really get him. And then this way he can't figure out how to be as devious as usual, or his attorneys can't. So anyhow, now I'm drawn to this string here. So the thief card is he's going to be distracted a lot, but he's also going to go through somebody that is going to take something from him because of his lack of responsibility in the past. And he can't do anything about it. It's his experience. Like, remember that destiny card we had over here? He can only just wait. There's nothing he can do about it. And when it comes to timing, this is 3 to 5 months, but usually 3 months. And yeah, I mean, look at this row here, this angle here. I mean, the two worst cards when it comes to being able to trust people are these two, and he has them both in 1 week. And that's his experience. He can't, you know, like Jeff said once, commented, Jeffrey, author of, what's the name of your book? It Speaks for Itself, yeah. He said, oh yeah, that train's left the station. And so I'm remembering that. He's this OCD that he has is just a continual loop around and around and around. I think the OCD continues to visit him in his psyche over and over and over again. And I think, I honestly, bringing these two together too, it could be dementia because, you know, thinking like, oh, where's my mommy? And thinking like a child. And oh, by the way, total squirrel moment here, but this is actually a picture of Chiro Marchetti's daughter when she was little. I think her name's Sasha. She's now all grown up and she helps him run his business. I wish I could get them to do decks that aren't glossy. Everybody write them. He's on Facebook. Everybody put it on Facebook. Do the same deck but not glossy. And then that way I could use it on live streams without having so much trouble. But instead I use a different deck because, you know, doesn't work. So anyhow, dementia, and he's just looking out the window doing nothing. There's nothing he can do about it, you know. And I do think that he is just at Mar-a-Lago. They're saying that he hasn't left Mar-a-Lago. He's been there he hasn't been traveling around. Except maybe he's gone to, I don't know if he's gone to a rally or not. I thought they were saying he's been kind of hunkered down in Mar-a-Lago. So anyway, even with the hurricanes, he didn't leave. Of course, you know, there's those tunnels, right? You can always, how does that help in a hurricane? I don't know what I'm thinking. Let's see, what else with here? So knighting from here to here. The adjudication, which should be adjudication, is the investigations into him and his thievery. And he's just waiting for the paperwork to come through. And there's not a damn thing he can do about it, and he knows it. I mean, both of these cards are really bad. This is the worst card in the deck. This is the second worst, and he has them both. And I tend to get both cards every week, or every time I use the Kipper. So there's that. And this has been going on for months on end. These two cards every week. Yeah. Okay, what else? This card, Knights too. These two cards here and these two cards here. So his obsessing, his pessimism, his feeling really down, his depression. It's a depressive card. It's really, it's causing problems for anybody behind the scenes who have been in it with him. And that's doubly reinforced here with this card. And so now it makes perfect sense why, remember that King of Cups up here in the tarot? I feel like really was reversed. It really, you know, because that's what these three cards are about. This has the King of Cups energy all over it, and then how they deceive others. And, you know, anybody that's in his close circle which are only people that just want to make money or have some type of control. But so this card also knights to these two. So he's worried about the details that are going to come out, and he can't think of anything else. And he knows that the rules and regulations are not in his favor, and I think he's really, really worried about treason. And this could be winding up in like a military prison of some type. Is Leavenworth the only one? I mean, yeah, there's Gitmo, but I don't know that they would do that. You guys fill me in. I haven't looked that up to see about that, about, military prisons. But treason is like, I mean, I know what we used to do, but I don't think we do that anymore. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Okay, so what was at the bottom of the deck? I'm looking here to see, oh yeah, hold on. Meetings and teamwork as to the rules and regulations, and J6 committee is here, Liz Cheney is here, Letitia James is here, Fonnie Willis is here. And I like, this is all, so maybe by the end of the week, we'll see something. Or maybe not even, it could be months, especially with this card up here. It could be a few months. But things are working, right? The details are being attended to, and I really feel like we just need to trust and hold on. That train's left the station, and, eventually we're going to have probably new laws. Hopefully that Presidential Powers Act that's already been written up will be put into law. The reason that Liz Cheney wants to focus just on him and not as much on all the other people that are responsible for the insurrection is because that committee, the J6 committee, is tasked with creating new laws so that J6 can never happen again. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have Ivanka's card and the coffin card. So their relationship is over. I've gotten that many times. Maybe I'll just put it down here. And then the courthouse card has to do with the actual papers being delivered. This may as well be, or the paperwork, the documents, everything coming through. This is the judicial process. So this would be investigations and attorneys and things like that. But this would be the actual grand jury trial. And, Merrick Garland and Jack Smith are all over that card. But so Trump's expecting that. And he may be thinking of ways he can sue them, but it's not going to work. And he's going to experience bad health. I get that every week too. The other cards were just change. But it's been coming for a long time. And this is to all of his real estate holdings, all of the whole clan. I mean, that's the thing is when he goes down, when Trump organization goes down, well, I can't say that it's true about Ivanka and Jared. I think they have their own ways of making money, but for sure Eric and Don Jr., they go down with him. And then we have the family room, which is his intimate circle of money laundering, greedy people. So there's change coming for all of them. That's the way I'm going to read that. Okay, well, sorry this went so long. Again, high five if you made it to the end. All right, take good care, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Be back later. Bye.